Now, the government's described it as one of society's unspoken tragedies. Loneliness affects around 1 million older people, with many having contact with friends or family less than once a week. As well as the social impact, it's thought loneliness can also lead to health problems. So how do you stop older people from feeling lonely? We sent our Susanna to try a sport of quick step dancing at a tea dance in North London.
Meet Tom. He lives alone after his wife died 4 years ago. And his dance partner Astrid has been a widow for 20 years. She doesn't see as much of her grandchildren as she used to now that they're all grown up. Then there's Harry, who's lived alone for 45 years after he lost his wife. Theirs doesn't quite have the glitter of the Strictly ballroom, but this weekly tea dance in Enfield does get them out and about.
To come out to a club like this, or any club, when there's lots of other people. I just love people.
No time to be lonely here. These people pile in every week for a chat, a cup of tea, and of course a dance. But the campaign to end loneliness says that more than 1 million people aged over 65 are often or always lonely. Just over half of over 75-year-olds live alone. And half of all older people, around 5 million of them, say television is their main company.
During the day I go walking, or I go dancing, or I go to the clubs, and not the clubs, day centres and things like that. But in the night time, because I have my television, it's okay, but sometimes I'm alone and I want to talk to someone when I watch television and I can't talk to anyone.
You've no idea, after being married for 62 years, and you haven't got a partner in the house with you. It's, that makes you lonely, but you've got to get over it, haven't you? I mean, no way can you sit at home moping all the time.
The Department of Health says older people who are lonely are more likely to go into residential or nursing care early, so loneliness could pose more of a financial burden at a time when the government's looking to reform social care.
So what's the answer? The government says that it's given guidance to local councils on ways to stop people from feeling isolated. But the woman who started the charity Childline says that what's needed is a helpline specifically for older people, a so-called silver line, and that's being piloted this autumn.
Some here aren't comfortable with the idea of that, though.
I don't think particularly I would like to be talking to a stranger, not really. It's a bit like talking to the Samaritans, but then you really are needy if you want the Samaritans. But otherwise, I think no, I don't think that is quite the answer.
Maybe one answer is more cash in your pension. It costs £3.50 to go to this tea dance each week, and these people say having enough money to go out helps them to avoid feeling lonely.
Hi, Susanna there. When I was on Tomorrow's Road, it was quite an achievement to be able to walk and talk at the same time. But Susanna there shows on the Daily Politics we can dance and do pieces to camera at the same time. How about that?